Shortly before midnight on a November Friday in the Zillertal Valley of Tyrol, Austria, a marked police patrol car was driving northbound on the B169 Zillertalstrasse, a paved two-lane rural road framed by steep valley walls and forested slopes, when officers observed a dark-colored vehicle exhibiting erratic movement. The car repeatedly drifted out of its lane and onto the right shoulder, kicking up gravel and dust on the road's edge. The patrol activated its emergency lights and siren and attempted to slow the vehicle. Instead, the driver accelerated aggressively, disappearing into the night at significantly higher speeds than the local 100 kilometers per hour limit, setting off a pursuit that would stretch nearly 20 kilometers across asphalt, gravel, and into a ski resort. The night was dark, with no ambient street lighting outside the few hamlets along the valley. Temperatures in mid-November hovered near freezing, and the road surface, though clear of snow, was slick with residual moisture. Road signs dotted the route, warning of tight bends and steep gradients typical of Alpine Valley roads. At approximately 23:45, the patrol car's crew noticed the suspect vehicle's unstable trajectory. They judged the driver's speed and weaving behavior a hazard to other road users. Using internationally recognized hand and audio signals, the officers attempted to bring the vehicle to a halt. These clear signs to stop went unheeded. The driver maintained increased speed and moved away from the patrol. As the patrol fell in behind, the suspect's car gained speed rapidly. Observers estimated the driver exceeded the posted limit by as much as 77 kilometers per hour, pushing speeds potentially near 170 kilometers per hour on stretches of the B169, where visibility was restricted by curves and elevation changes. The road alternated between widening shoulders and narrow, blind curves with abrupt transitions from asphalt to loose gravel at junctions. The lead patrol maintained a cautious distance, wary of oncoming traffic and roadside barriers. Despite sirens and light bars, the suspect continued, accelerating in the shadows of dense roadside trees. After roughly 15 kilometers, the flowing valley road gave way to a narrower forest access road, marked by loose dirt, rock outcroppings, and uneven surfaces. Here, the suspect vehicle forced its way off the main thoroughfare, tires spraying gravel behind it as it dove into tighter terrain. The pursuing officers followed where feasible, their patrol's suspension straining over the irregular surface. The forest road offered quick jerks and short sight lines between tall pines. The chase here was punctuated by sudden dips and rises, turns that cut visibility to just meters ahead, and the crunch of broken branches as the car skirted the verge at high pace. The forest track eventually deposited the suspect onto service roads leading up into the Horbergbahn ski area, a network of gradered paths and slopes used for seasonal maintenance. The ambient temperature was below freezing, and the darkness was total above the tree line. No artificial lighting marked the snowless raw earth at this time of year. The terrain here was steep and unpredictable, with blind rises and narrow gullies. The suspect driver navigated upward through the ski infrastructure, skirting ski lift towers and piled earth. The vehicle's speed fluctuated as the grade stiffened, and at a crest near the top of the resort, the car lost momentum and ground clearance. It came to a halt on a steep hilltop ridge, wheels spinning on loose gravel. With the engine idling and no forward route, the driver exited the vehicle. Officers called out commands to stop and approach, but the suspect turned away from them and began running downhill across the ski slopes. The surface was bare earth and grass at this time of year, uneven and steep. Visibility was poor, coat pockets and backpack straps caught on shrubs. The officers, still in their patrol uniforms and boots, pursued on foot. Standard pursuit distance and coordination were difficult on the angled slope in darkness. As the suspect continued to descend, ignoring repeated shouted police instructions to halt, an officer discharged warning shots from a service firearm into the air. No bullet struck the suspect, officers, or environment. The purpose was to gain compliance through audible deterrence. The shots did not produce physical injuries or property damage. After the warning shots, the suspect ceased forward movement. He lay down on the uneven slope, where officers quickly approached and restrained him with handcuffs. Medical personnel, already dispatched due to the chase's increasing risk, reached the scene and evaluated the suspect. During his run down the slope, the man had sustained injuries consistent with an uncontrolled descent over rough ground. Emergency responders provided treatment on scene before transporting him to a regional hospital for further care. Police conducted a breathalyzer test on the suspect at the hospital. Results showed significant intoxication, well above legal limits. Due to the dangerous driving, excessive speed over the legal limit by up to 77 kilometers per hour, and the extended chase, authorities temporarily confiscated the suspect's driver's license and impounded the vehicle. Formal charges, including resisting law enforcement, dangerous operation of a motor vehicle, and driving under the influence, were initiated in the appropriate judicial venue. From an ordinary patrol on a rural valley road to an extended pursuit across varied terrain and into an alpine ski resort, this incident involved multiple operational phases: initial spotting and attempted stop, high-speed road pursuit, off-pavement navigation, a transition to a foot chase on treacherous slopes, and the final compliance achieved only after warning shots and physical arrest. The event spanned approximately 20 kilometers and unfolded primarily in darkness, with officers adapting pursuit tactics to evolving conditions while prioritizing public safety.